When Alex went over to Korea, they asked him for $30,000. So he'd already got on the plane, and then they asked him for $30,000. That's people from Johnny Somali's Discord were collaborating and actually collecting CSAT, basically CP, and trying to get Andrew to join Telegram and pretend that they're anonymous sources.
Finances, I've actually, Johnny ran out of money because they're broke.
They're broke. Now this is a pretty lame thing that actually happened, is that when Alex went over to Korea, they asked him for $30,000. So he'd already got on the plane, and then they asked him for $30,000. And that was their negotiation, and then the counter offer was nothing. And then they looked at his contract, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, that's a good counter offer. We'll take it. That's how desperate.
Because I believe this is private up until this point. Andrew confided in me months ago that people from Johnny Somali's Discord were collaborating and actually collecting CSAT, basically CP, and trying to get Andrew to join Telegram and pretend that they're anonymous sources that have the deepest secrets about Johnny Somali, so that they can then send him this material and try and frame him. They've also done this, well, not like with the CSAM stuff, but they've also tried to incriminate other people, specifically like Bong Bong and other people. It's gay ops all the way down, is essentially what's happening. But Andrew told me about this. He's like, you don't know what it's like. These people are insane. They keep doing these ridiculous things to try and...
Nuisance streamers, they're broke. So no. I mean, not in this case anyway. They're going to prison. They might not be going to prison if not for people covering their antics. Because that's how people learned about this. That's how the national outcry began. You're just as bad. You're just as bad as them because you're giving them attention. It's a symbiotic relationship. Okay, how's the symbiosis going? Well, they're in prison and they're broke. Oh, there's also a draft dodger. Now, I don't think the draft should exist, but in Korea, basically every male has to take part in military service. He's deferring his military service to, as I understand it, be a student, but he does nothing. Well, he's pathetic. He's totally pathetic. But this was never a legal channel. That's the difference. I don't think Johnny's insane. I think he made a calculation, but his math was bad. He thought he would get away with it because he's an American. He thought he could go to a country, pick up $10,000 in fines, then go to the next country while he's making $20,000 a month. It's a business expense.
Oh my God! We have important news about Johnny Somali. We just got real breaking news. Johnny Somali is said to have asked for $30,000 for the video you've all already seen. If you haven't seen it yet, you can check out Alex Noble's channel in the description to watch the whole thing. But you know what? Thanks! So, as I always say, these two guys and Johnny Somali are liars and con artists. They asked Alex Noble for permission to film the documentary, and guess what? They didn't want any cash. But once Alex Noble was on the plane going to South Korea, they knew it was the best time to talk or ask for money because Alex Noble was already on the plane, and going from the US to South Korea costs money if you bring things and people with you. Johnny Somali and Hank knew that he couldn't go back once he got on the plane. That might have been the best time to talk about money and make a deal. They did it because these two guys need a lot of money to pay their legal fees and other costs, so they did it. I'll talk about what happened next later in the video. Also, there is big news that Johnny Somali's Discord group and allies are threatening all the sources on Twitter, including those who gave good information about Johnny Somali's current events. They plan to attack by mass reporting their pages, and they're not just going to attack Johnny Somali and Hank Yoo. In today's video, I'm going to explain everything, and unless I have something else to say, it will shock you, and you'll know that Johnny just made his situation sound very strange. The main reason you haven't seen Johnny Somali lately is because of this. Because of this, a big plan is to protect Johnny Somali. As I said, there are a lot of new things today. Here's the first one. Now, Johnny Somali and his group are trying very hard to make more chaos and fake power just to get other people into trouble. You did hear that right. Their new Discord chat has been leaked, and it's even sillier than the last one. Now Johnny Somali and the idiots who follow him on Discord are trying to delete other people's accounts. You did hear that right. These people are so bored and need to do something that they'll do anything. These people know they can't win, but they think these dishonest moves will help them in some way. You can find people like the one in DD's personal picture in their Discord groups. Most of these annoying fans, that's what I'll call them, are leaving the worst comments. You shouldn't even see these comments because they are so rude and offensive that I had to delete them. This is what I mean when I say that Johnny Somali's fans are just as scumbag and nasty as the singer himself. Even I don't understand why they back him. If Johnny Somali is their father, what is it? Does he give them cash? He can't because Johnny Somali doesn't have enough money to live on his own. He lives off of the money his friends give him. That's how Hank Yoo and Johnny Somali live in South Korea right now. Hank Yoo's family has turned their backs on him, and he doesn't have any money either. I don't even want to talk about these crazy people and why they keep cheering for him. Worst of all, they're now trying to make up new scandals and fake power so that no one can find out about them. But they're not right. This time, all their Discord talks have been leaked. Besides that, we have even more news about Johnny Somali. You already know that Alex Nobel made a movie about Johnny Somali and some other streams in South Korea and Japan. What do you know? He was crazy to ask Alex Nobel for $30,000, Johnny Somali. Crazy, right? A film about a dirty streamer like Johnny Somali should never be made by anyone with any sense. They're lucky to have been able to be in a documentary at all. Instead, Johnny Somali wants $30,000 and acts like he's a famous person. He doesn't even deserve $30,000 from anyone, let alone $30,000. He has no shame at all. There's more than that, too. Johnny Somali has been planning for a month to make Legal Mindset look like a thief. That is, in fact, Johnny Somali's real goal. For a whole month, he and his Discord friends have been making up false accusations and proof against Legal Mindset. In his film, this person showed it all. When I saw this, I was really shocked. We always say that Johnny Somali and his group are up to no good, but this is really crazy. Think about it. Who else would try to pull this off? They might be able to frame Legal Mindset, which would make everyone confused and make people not trust their next reveal. That's what Johnny Somali is going to do to hide the truth. But this time he made a mistake. Their whole Discord group was leaked, along with their whole plan. Johnny Somali and Hank Yoo are now in a lot of trouble. Author Meme Copyam also talked about why Hank Yoo hasn't joined South Korea's military and the shady things that both Johnny Somali and Hank Yoo are doing in this video. The next business plan Johnny Somali comes up with is even worse. Their fans are giving them very little money, and they're using it to try to carry out this stupid plan. I agree with everything. John Somali is a jerk. Now everyone can see that everything he does is evil. He really believes he can do something, but he can't. There is no way he can get away with it. Johnny Somali could get away again if the police don't take this seriously. But if they do, that's it for him. What do you think about this? Tell me. Also, as I said before, I have more to tell you. As I said, I'm about to tell you something shocking. Which is why, as you can see, or may have already seen, Johnny Somali hasn't been seen lately. Live stream, nothing. Do you understand why? This is because Johnny Somali and Hank Yoo are trying to attack all the channels and pages right now. They are looking for people who can help them destroy everyone's YouTube channels, Twitter pages, and everything else. From what our sources have told us, their current plan is to attack those YouTube channels, Facebook pages, and Twitter names. Once they take over those channels, hack them, or destroy them, they plan to demand money for that. When that time comes, if they can get money from it, they'll use it to pay their court fees and leave South Korea. Even though I don't know how South Korea's law system works, I do know that if you have money, you can get away with anything. People like Johnny Somali can try to make that much money to pay for court fees in South Korea, just like Vitaly does because he is worth a lot of money. Tony Somali doesn't have even a small amount of Vitaly's money, though. That means Johnny Somali probably needs to find ways to get a lot of money. These people hate the guy so much and have no money saved that they won't give him any money to get out of trouble. That's why time will tell. On the other hand, Johnny Somali might still be able to get away until he is caught. Please let me know what you think about this. Is it possible that Johnny Somali will make it through this? Or will he spend 10 to 20 years in a Korean prison? Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.